In 2026, the World Defense Show in Saudi Arabia was supposed to be another predictable display of tanks, jets, and missiles. Instead, it delivered a moment that quietly unsettled military planners across the globe. While many nations arrived with upgraded versions of familiar platforms, China arrived with something fundamentally different: an integrated operational army of military robots, designed not for the future, but for immediate deployment. This was not a science fiction spectacle or a collection of experimental prototypes behind glass. What China revealed was a coordinated ecosystem of autonomous ground vehicles, AI-controlled combat drones, robotic logistics units, and battlefield command systems that function together as a single operational force. For the first time at a global defense exhibition, a nation demonstrated what a robotic army looks like when it is no longer theoretical. The shock was not about any single machine, it was about scale, coordination, and intent. These systems were not presented as supplements to human soldiers. They were designed to replace them in the most dangerous phases of combat. Surveillance, reconnaissance, perimeter defense, urban clearing, resupply under fire, and even direct engagement were all assigned to autonomous or semi-autonomous platforms, operating under centralized AI control. At the center of China's display was a networked battlefield concept, driven by artificial intelligence. Autonomous ground combat vehicles moved in coordinated formations, communicating with aerial drones overhead. Reconnaissance drones identified targets, transmitted data in real time, and assigned engagement priorities without human micromanagement. Strike drones responded within seconds, while robotic ground units repositioned automatically to block escape routes or secure terrain. What made this unsettling was not the hardware itself, but the decision architecture behind it. The AI systems were designed to process sensor data faster than any human command structure could manage. In simulated scenarios, the system identified threats, predicted enemy movement, allocated resources, and executed maneuvers in compressed timeframes that effectively eliminated traditional decision loops. In modern warfare, speed is survival. China demonstrated that machines now make decisions faster than humans can even react. One of the most striking demonstrations involved autonomous infantry support robots designed for urban warfare. These compact tracked platforms carried sensors, electronic warfare equipment, and modular weapon systems. They advanced through simulated city blocks, detecting hostile positions behind walls, deploying smoke or electronic interference, and coordinating with aerial drones to clear routes without exposing human troops. The message was clear: future cities would be fought by machines first. Equally significant was China's robotic logistics concept. Autonomous supply vehicles and vertical takeoff cargo drones moved ammunition, medical supplies, and replacement components across contested terrain without drivers or pilots. In modern conflicts, logistics failures often determine outcomes more than battlefield losses. By removing humans from supply convoys, China addressed one of warfare's most vulnerable pressure points. What truly caught Western analysts off guard was how mature these systems appeared. They were not framed as under development or expected by the 2030s. The language used was operational readiness. Training footage, field tests, and integration exercises suggested these systems were already being deployed in limited roles and could be scaled rapidly. This was not a glimpse of the future, it was evidence that the future had already arrived. For the United States and its allies, this raised uncomfortable questions. Western militaries have invested heavily in AI, drones, and autonomous systems, but mostly as enhancements to existing human-centric doctrines. China presented an alternative philosophy. Instead of augmenting soldiers, it restructures warfare around machines, with humans operating at a higher supervisory level, far from immediate danger. This approach fundamentally changes the calculus of conflict. Casualty tolerance, political risk, and escalation dynamics all shift when fewer soldiers are placed in harm's way. A nation willing to deploy robotic forces can sustain longer engagements with reduced domestic pressure. That reality alters deterrence, crisis management, and strategic stability. The United States has emphasized ethical frameworks, human-in-the-loop controls, and layered authorization for autonomous weapons. China's approach appeared far more pragmatic. Human oversight existed, but primarily at the mission definition level, rather than the tactical execution level. Once parameters were set, machines were allowed to operate with considerable independence. This divergence in philosophy may define military competition for decades. Another underappreciated aspect of China's display was cost. Many of the robotic platforms were designed to be mass-produced, modular, and expendable. Unlike billion-dollar aircraft or heavily armored vehicles, these systems embraced attrition. If a robotic unit was destroyed, it was replaced. This logic mirrors modern drone warfare, but applied across every battlefield domain. From a strategic perspective, this suggests a shift away from preserving individual platforms toward overwhelming opponents through quantity, coordination, and algorithmic speed. In such a scenario, even technologically advanced militaries could be strained by sheer operational tempo. Cyber resilience and electronic warfare also played a central role. Chinese engineers planners emphasized hardened communication networks, redundancy, and decentralized decision nodes. If parts of the network were jammed or destroyed, local AI clusters could continue operating independently. This addressed one of the primary criticisms of autonomous warfare: vulnerability to disruption. Observers noted that China framed its robotic army not just as a combat force, but as a deterrent. The implicit message was subtle but unmistakable. Any future conflict would involve machines fighting machines at a speed and scale never seen before. Human soldiers would arrive later, if at all, to occupy what the algorithms had already decided. This reframing of warfare has geopolitical consequences beyond the battlefield. Nations with smaller populations or political constraints on casualties may feel pressured to accelerate automation simply to remain relevant. Arms races are no longer defined only by firepower, but by software, data, and industrial capacity. At the World Defense Show, other nations displayed impressive technologies, but many appeared fragmented. Individual drones, upgraded vehicles, or experimental AI systems lacked the systemic cohesion China showcased. The difference was architectural. China presented warfare as an integrated digital ecosystem, not a collection of platforms. For military planners, this raises a deeper concern. Traditional doctrines assume friction, hesitation, and human judgment slow operations. Autonomous systems remove those variables. Conflicts could escalate faster with fewer opportunities for de-escalation. When machines react in milliseconds, miscalculations propagate instantly. There is also the ethical dimension. Delegating lethal decisions to algorithms challenges long-standing norms of accountability. While China did not emphasize ethical debate, its actions forced others to confront the reality that restraint by one side does not prevent deployment by another. What emerged from WDS 2026 was not fear, but recognition. Recognition that warfare has crossed a threshold. Just as mechanization replaced cavalry and aircraft reshaped battlefields, autonomous systems are redefining the role of humans in conflict. China did not invent this transformation, but it may have embraced it faster and more decisively than anyone else. The robotic army showcased was not perfect, invincible, or unstoppable. Like all technologies, it has vulnerabilities. But perfection is not required to shift paradigms. What matters is credibility, scale, and momentum. On those fronts, China demonstrated all three. As military analysts absorbed what they had seen, one conclusion became difficult to avoid. The era of soldiers as the primary instruments of war is beginning to close. The next era belongs to algorithms, machines, and the nations capable of integrating them at scale. The World Defense Show of 2026 will likely be remembered not for its aircraft or tanks, but for the moment when the world saw a robotic army, not as an idea, but as a reality. A reality that forces every major power to reconsider how wars will be fought, how deterrence will function, and how quickly conflicts could unfold. In the end, the most unsettling aspect was not that China had built military robots. It was that they appeared ready, coordinated, and already woven into doctrine. The question is no longer whether autonomous warfare will dominate future conflicts, but who will define its rules. If you found this analysis insightful, make sure to like the video to support deep military breakdowns like this. Subscribe for more intelligence-driven analysis on global defense and emerging technologies, and let us know in the comments what you think the next step in autonomous warfare will be, because this transformation is only just beginning.